Hi friends, welcome to our CSN English Club. Let's continue our series of videos on parts of speech. In this video, we are going to learn all about non-finite verbs. I told you in the previous video, I promised you that we would learn in detail about non-finite verbs. Before that, let's rewind what is finite and not what is non-finite verb. A finite verb changes its form according to the time and tense, according to the person or subject, and according to the number of the subject. But a non-finite verb does not change its form according to the subject or according to the number of the subject, I mean singular and plural number, or according to the time and tense. Okay, what are the non-finite verbs? That's also I mentioned in the previous video. These are called non-finite verbs: gerunds, participles, and infinitives. These three are called non-finite verbs. These three, gerunds, participles, and infinitives, don't change their forms according to the time and tense, according to the subject, and according to the number of the subject. Now let's know the forms of these non-finite verbs. The first non-finite verb is gerund. How is the form of the gerund? The gerund's form is base form plus ing. Base form means the plain verb or the first form of the verb or verb 1. For example, eat plus ing, eating. Drink plus ing, drinking. Write plus ing, writing. These kind of forms are called as gerunds. Next non-finite verb is participle. Participles are two kinds. The first one is present participle. The next one is past participle. Present participles form is base form plus ing, like gerund. Gerund also the same form, base form plus ing. Present participle also has the same form, base form plus ing. Next one is past participle. Past participles form is verb 3 or the third form of the verb. Next non-finite verb is infinitive. Infinitives are again two kinds: to infinitive and plain infinitive or bare infinitive. To infinitive means to plus base form, to plus plain verb. For example, to eat, to drink, to write. These kind of verbs are called infinitives, I mean two infinitives. How are the plain infinitive? Plain infinitive means the plain verb or the base form only. The first form of the verb is called plain infinitive. Okay. In this video, we will learn all about gerunds. How is the form of the gerund? What are the uses of the gerunds? And identification of the gerunds. In the coming videos, we will learn other non-finite verbs, participles, and infinitives. Before that, let's observe these words: eating, jumping, smoking, writing, and walking. If you observe these words, each word has base form plus ing. Base form means the first form of the verb or the plain verb. Eat plus ing. Okay, jump plus ing, smoking, write plus ing, walk plus ing. These kind of verbs are called gerunds. Okay, I think you are able to identify the form of the gerund. How are the gerunds formed? The gerund is formed by adding ing to the plain verb. We should when we add the ing form to the plain verb or the first form of the verb, that is formed as gerund. How does a gerund act as, or how does a gerund function like? A gerund functions like a noun, so it is also called verbal noun. Let's understand this one through these examples. Smoking is injurious to health. In this example, smoking, smoke plus ing, the base form plus ing form, so it is a gerund. It functions as a noun. It does the duty of the noun. It does the work of the noun. Okay, it acts as a noun, so it is called a verbal noun. This is not a verb at all. Of course, it is a kind of a non-finite verb, but it is noted as, it is observed as a noun. Of course, you may be asked in the examination, as smoking is injurious to health, the instruction is uh, what is the parts of speech of the underlined word smoking. You have to answer as noun only, not a verb, because it functions the duty of the noun. Okay, what is injurious to health? You know what is a noun. Okay, it answers the question what, that is a noun. Okay, what is injurious to health? Smoking is injurious to health. So smoking is noun, not a verb. She likes writing short stories. What does she like? What does she like? She likes writing short stories. Here also writing is a noun, that is called verbal noun. It looks like a verb, so it is called verbal noun or gerund. He stopped talking. What did he stop? He stopped what? He stopped talking. So talking is not a verb at all. It is a noun or verbal noun or gerund. Understood? So any base form plus ing is called gerund. It functions like a noun, so it is called a verbal noun. Okay. Now we are going to identify the different uses of gerund. What are they? The first one, it acts as a subject. In some contexts, gerund is used as a subject. In some sentences, it is used as an object of the verb. It acts as an object of the verb. In some contexts, it is used as an object of the preposition. The last one is as a subject complement. So these four are the different uses of the gerund. Okay, it acts as a subject, it acts as an object of the verb, it acts as an object of the preposition, it acts as a subject complement. Now let's look into the different uses of gerund with examples one by one. The first one is a gerund acts as a subject. Okay, it is used as a subject. Let's see some examples of this usage. Swimming is a good exercise. Here swimming is gerund. How does it act as? It acts as a subject of the sentence. What is a good exercise? Swimming is a good exercise. So swimming is the subject of the sentence. It is the gerund or the verbal noun. Next one, reading helps you learn English. What helps you learn English? Reading. Reading is the gerund. It acts as a subject of the sentence. Next one, dancing is great fun. Dancing is also the subject of the sentence. It is the gerund or verbal noun. Cooking is my hobby. What is my hobby? Cooking. Cooking is not an action. It is the name of the action. Okay, it is the name of an action. So cooking is a noun or verbal noun or gerund. It is the subject of the sentence. Doing homework is boring. Here doing homework is boring. Doing homework is the subject. The gerund is doing. It acts as a subject of the sentence. The next usage of gerund is it acts as an object of the verb. It acts as an object of the verb. Let's see some examples. She likes writing short stories. What does she like? She likes writing short stories. Writing is gerund. It acts as the object of the verb likes. This is gerund. It acts as the object of the verb likes. When there is an object of the verb, that verb must be a transitive verb. A transitive verb means that can be changed into passive form. Just check yourself. Writing stories is liked by her. Writing stories is liked by her. That is the passive form, passive sentence of the she likes writing short stories. So writing is the writing is the object of the verb likes. Next one, he enjoys swimming. What does she enjoy? He enjoys swimming. So swimming is gerund. It acts as an object of the verb enjoys. Okay, what does she enjoys? He enjoys swimming. Swimming is enjoyed by him. That's all. Okay, next one, I stopped talking to my friends. I stopped talking to my friends. What did he stop? What did I stop? I stopped talking to my friends. Talking is gerund. How does it act as? It acts as a subject or it acts as an object of the verb? It acts as an object of the verb that is stopped. Talking to my friends was stopped by me. Next one. She hates going out at night. What does she hate? She hates going out at night. Here also, going is the gerund. It acts as the object of the verb hates. Going out at night is hated by her. Hates is a transitive verb. Next one, why don't you like writing stories? Writing essays. Why don't you like writing essays? Okay, writing is a gerund. It acts as the object of the verb like. Okay, like is a transitive verb. Okay, next one. I like living by the ocean. I like living by the ocean. Living by the ocean is liked by me. So living is a gerund. It acts as the object of the verb, that is like. See the next usage of gerund. A gerund acts as an object of the preposition. We have just learned a gerund acts as an object of the verb. In this case, the same gerund acts as an object of the preposition also. So let's understand this case through some examples. They began to work after resting for an hour. Here, resting is a gerund because it is used after the preposition after. I mean, the preposition after is followed by the gerund resting. Okay, when the base form plus ing is used after a preposition, that base form plus ing is named as gerund. Okay, so here the gerund acts as the preposition, acts as the object of the preposition. Next one, the boy was punished for being late to the school. The gerund is being because base form is be plus ing, being. Being is a gerund. It is used after the preposition for. So this gerund acts as an object of the preposition for. Next one. Are you tired of studying? Studying. Studying is used after preposition of. Studying is used after the preposition of. So studying is a gerund. It acts as the object of the preposition of. Next one. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. Waiting is a gerund. It is used after the preposition for. So waiting acts as an object of the preposition for. Next one. She is good at listening. Listening is a gerund because it is used after the preposition at. At is followed by the gerund listening. So listening is the object of the preposition at. Let's see the next and important usage of gerund. It acts as the complement of the verb. Let's see some examples. Seeing is believing. Here there are two gerunds, seeing and believing. Seeing acts as the subject of the sentence. Believing acts as the complement of the verb is. Believing is the complement, not subject, not object of the verb, not object of the preposition. It acts as the complement of the verb is, that is gerund. His hobby is playing chess. Playing is gerund. It acts as the complement of the verb is. Our aim is passing the exam. Passing the exam. Passing is the complement of the verb is. Laughing is better than frowning. Here also there are two gerunds, laughing and frowning. Laughing acts as the subject of the verb, subject of the sentence. Frowning acts as the complement of the verb is. My favorite activity is reading. Reading is also gerund. It acts as the complement of the verb is. Irrespective of usage of gerund, finally it is treated as the noun or verbal noun. Now see some verbs that can be followed by gerund. These are the verbs: admit, avoid, consider, deny, detest, dislike, enjoy and finish. These are all the verbs which are followed by gerund. See the examples also. Admit. She admitted making a mistake. Making is gerund. Admit is verb. The verb admit is followed by the gerund making. Avoid. I tried to avoid going shopping on Saturday. Going is gerund. Avoid is verb. Avoid is followed by the gerund going. Consider. We are considering selling the house. Here considering is not gerund. It is the part of the verb are considering. Selling is gerund. Considering is followed by the gerund selling. Deny. Ram denies breaking the window. Okay. Ram denies breaking the window. Breaking is gerund. Denies is the verb. Detest. I detest having to get up early. Having is gerund. Detest is followed by the gerund having. Dislike. She dislikes the idea of leaving him. Leaving him. Dislikes. Dislikes is followed by the gerund leaving. Here leaving is the object of the preposition of. Enjoy. I enjoy watching good movies. Watching is gerund. Enjoy is verb. Enjoy is followed by the gerund watching. Finish. The company finished sharing profits to the workers. Finished sharing. Sharing is gerund. Finished is followed by the verb followed by the gerund sharing. See the some more verbs which are followed by the gerunds. Forgive. He forgave his brother for breaking the window. For breaking the window. Breaking is gerund, which is the object of the preposition for. Next one. Imagine. Imagine spending all that money on a coat. Imagine spending all that money on a coat. Spending is gerund. Imagine is verb. Imagine is followed by the gerund spending. Postpone. We had postponed going to France. Going is gerund. Postpone is verb. Prevent. His disability prevents him from driving. Driving is gerund, which is the object of the preposition from. Stop. Stop shouting. Shouting is gerund. Remember. I don't remember signing a contract. Signing is a gerund. Remember is the verb. Mind. I don't mind arranging a time to meet. Arranging is gerund. Recollect. He doesn't recollect seeing her at the party. Seeing is gerund. We have seen some verbs which are followed by the gerunds. Now let's see some expressions that can be followed by gerund. These are some expressions. Would you mind? After would you mind there is gerund. So would you mind closing that window? Afraid of. I am afraid of waking the children. I am afraid of waking the children. Waking is gerund. Can't help. I can't help listening to them. It's no use. It's no use crying over split milk. It's no good. It's no good arguing with him, with them. Look forward to. I look forward to hearing from you. Let's see some extra information about gerund. Do you know to infinitive? To infinitive means to plus base form or to plus plain verb. To eat, to walk, to drink, to run, to write. These are all called to infinitives. In many sentences, either gerund or to infinitive may be used without any special difference in meaning. Let's see some examples. Teach me to swim. Here to infinitive is to swim. Okay. We can replace to swim with swimming. There is no change in meaning. Teach me swimming. Both give the same meaning. Okay. Teach me to swim is equal to teach me swimming. Next one. To give is better than to receive. Here there are two infinitives. To give, to receive. We can replace to give and to receive with giving and receiving. I mean, giving is better than receiving. Meaning is not changed. Meaning is same. Both sentences give the same meaning. Next one. To see is to believe. To see is to infinitive. To believe is to infinitive. Instead of to see and to believe, we can replace those with seeing and believing. So answer is seeing is believing. So to see is to believe is equal to seeing is believing. There is no change in meaning. Both give the same meaning. Now let's see some examples on gerunds. Drinking so much whiskey made him ill. Here the gerund is used as. In this sentence, the gerund is drinking is used as. That means gerund acts as subject of the sentence, object of the verb, object of the preposition, or as complement. Here the drinking so much whiskey made him ill is in the position of subject. So the gerund drinking acts as subject here. Next one. I enjoyed watching match on television. I enjoyed watching match on television. Here the gerund is watching. What did he enjoy? What did I enjoy? I enjoyed watching match on television. So watching is the object of the verb or the object of the preposition. It is object of the verb enjoyed. So the second option is correct. See the third one. The problem is getting the help required. Here the gerund is used as. In this sentence the gerund is getting. Okay. The problem is getting the help required. Don't read like the problem is getting. The problem is getting the help required. So getting is used as the complement of the verb is. Next one. My work is collecting the plates and washing them. In this sentence, there are two gerunds, collecting and washing. Both are complements. Collecting is complement of verb is. Washing is also complement of the verb is. See the fifth one. I am tired of walking all the way. Here the gerund is used as. The gerund is walking. Okay. This gerund walking is used after preposition of. So walking is object of the preposition of. The right answer is object of the preposition. Next one. I hate packing luggage. Here the gerund is used as. The gerund is packing. So I hate packing luggages. I hate what? Packing luggages. So packing luggages is hated by me. So packing is object of the verb hate. In the following sentences, replace the gerunds by infinitives and infinitives by gerund. To find fault with others is easy. To find fault with others is easy. Infinitive is to find. Replace this infinitive with gerund. Finding fault with others is easy. Second one. I stopped to read the article about COVID pandemic. What is there in this sentence? To infinitive or gerund? To infinitive. That is to read. So replace this to read by infinitive, by gerund. I stopped reading the article about COVID pandemic. To fly kites is a good sport. In this sentence, infinitive is there. To fly. So flying kites is a good sport. Fourth one. Our aim is passing the examination. Our aim is passing the examination. Passing is gerund. So our aim is to pass the examination. To swim is an excellent exercise. To swim is infinitive. If we replace that to swim with gerund, swimming is an excellent exercise. Thank you for watching. The next video will be on participles. Stay watching.